Hi everyone and welcome. Today I want to talk to you about how do you get motivated to exercise, especially when you're stuck at home at the moment. How do you get that motivation and drive to get up and get into your exercise routine? So it's very unlikely that an athlete would do any sort of training before doing an adequate warm-up. Now when you head off to the gym or you head off into any sort of sports training, that preparation time where you're getting dressed, you're having your snack, you're getting in the car and you're traveling to that place, that is all preparation. Your body is preparing for the activity or the physical activity that is about to happen when you arrive at this place. So what I mean by this is your body is subconsciously preparing you for this physical activity. So a recent study analyzed a cyclist's heart rate behavior from the moment they sat onto the bike all the way through their HIIT training session. So the cyclist's heart rate increased just by sitting on the bike. There was a 10-minute period, there was no pedaling, they were just sitting there and mentally preparing themselves for the physical activity that they were about to do. This is also commonly known as a feet-forward mechanism, which is a similar type of mechanism as if you were about to pull on a heavy rope. You would first plant your feet and you would tighten your abdominal muscles, your glutes and your legs, and also your back muscles, and then you would pull. This is the brain's way of giving you all the force and everything that you need to prepare for that activity to happen. Now, in the instance of the current situation, many of us are stuck at home, and that means that this pre-preparation stage or this body changeover is not actually happening. So what is this pre-preparation or this system that I keep talking about? Our body systems are made up of two pathways of neurons that control the organ systems inside our bodies. These systems control which organs, hormones and chemical messengers either get heightened or amplified, or which ones get dampened, which means they get turned down. So in theory, they're not really getting turned off, but rather one is starting to sort of spike or escalate and the other ones are getting reduced or slowed down. One system is called the sympathetic system and is more commonly known as the fight or flight response. Now this system gets ramped up in the presence of danger, stress, if you're anxious, or very commonly it happens in physical activity. The other system is called the parasympathetic system, or this one is more commonly known as the rest and digest stage. And this generally happens when you're relaxed, you're watching TV, you're having a meal, you're with family, having a rest, having a nap overnight when you sleep. Now the big difference between these two is the sympathetic system is increasing your blood pressure, it is constricting your blood vessels, oxygen consumption increases, we start to get ready to sweat. All these physical things happen because your body wants to generate more power and more energy and be able to move and do things. And our rest and digest state, all these things are decreased quite a bit because we don't need high blood flow, we don't need high blood pressure, and there's no need to sweat while you're watching Netflix and eating popcorn. Now when you head off to sports practice or you're heading off to the gym, in most cases, there's a place and a time that you need to be at, or you may be meeting other people if you're participating in a group class, or you've got soccer practice, football practice. So when you work your day around this, so if you know that football training is at 5 p.m. tonight, you will eat differently, you'll make sure you get enough sleep the night before. Getting into your football gear and getting into the car and driving to the oval, the field, or wherever you're going to, this is all preparation that your body is actually changing systems and it's getting ready because your feed-forward mechanism knows that all this is about to happen. The other thing that makes it easier for you is when you actually get there, if you're participating in a group fitness class, having a personal training session, or a football session with your coach, these fitness professionals are going to dictate your warm-up to you, they're going to guide you through a warm-up, and then they're also going to take you through a workout or a training session as well. So all of these things are given to you or dictated to you and you're told what to do with them. So that also makes it easier for the body to adjust to what's happening. Whereas if you get to choose all of the activities and the exercises that you're going to do, before they happen, you start subconsciously deciding, do I really want to do that one? Or maybe I should just do 10 instead of 20. So you're making a lot more of these conscious decisions. To give you an idea of how this all ties together, let's use the example that your weightlifting session or training session is at 6 till 7 p.m. So you already know your allocated time. You've worn appropriate clothes for that type of training, and you've traveled to the gym and your instructor or your trainer has called in sick and last minute they have prepared a HIIT class for you. Great, right? Still get to train? Not exactly, because you're mentally prepared to go and lift weights. You might have worn the clothes to do weightlifting. You might have flat shoes on for weights that's not really suitable for box jumps and cardio. You ladies might not even worn the right bra to do your HIIT training in. You've got all your weightlifting gear and everything on. And I have seen a lot of times that has actually happened, and people have actually left and walked away from the session and chose not to do any exercise at all. Even though there's been a replacement, they still get to do something. It's just because you're just not mentally ready, or your body is not mentally stimulated from that process that has happened when you got dressed and when you drove there, and the type of food that you have chosen to eat before you get there. And I've also seen that happen many times when that same person will normally do HIIT training on Thursday, but today is Tuesday and today is weightlifting day, and that person is just not ready to do their HIIT training on Tuesday. So when we're at home, this is our safe place. This is where we eat, this is where we sleep, this is where we spend time with family, this is where we enjoy movies, we relax. So being at home can be very difficult for some people to actually get motivated and go and exercise, because your lounge is where you relax. Your lounge room is not a place for HIIT training and jumping and running. And you may mean well and think that you're going to get up tomorrow morning at 7 a.m, you're going to have your breakfast, you're going to have your coffee and whatever your routine is, and then you're going to hit the training. But the next day comes, it's 3 p.m, you're still in your pajamas and you're sipping on your third coffee. So the issue is, how do you get into a sympathetic state when you're stuck in a parasympathetic state? I have put together the best tips I can give you to either help get yourself motivated to get up and do your exercise routine, or even just to move around the house a little bit. So first things first is food. Food is everything. If you haven't eaten enough food today, starting from breakfast, you're gonna have low energy. Low intake of calories generally means low energy, and low energy means that you want to relax and you want to sleep and you definitely don't want to exercise. So your body is going to adjust your amount of energy based on the calories that you have eaten today, possibly even based on the calories that you ate yesterday or didn't eat yesterday. Now, if you're low on water intake, you haven't had too many of these today, either that or you've had a lot of caffeine, a lot of salt, all of those are going to throw your water balance out. It may even mean that you're dehydrated. Now, it's not in your body's best interest to be pumping blood, sweating when you're low on water already. So your body is probably going to opt towards not exercising. Now, your body can excessively lose water during a HIIT training session or a high intensity cardio type of session. You can lose like a liter of water in 1 hour, especially if you're in a hot environment or something where it's difficult to cool down. Now, if you're staying up all night binge watching on Netflix or YouTube videos, and then you're sleeping in the next day till 9, 10, 11, 12 p.m, well, you guessed it, your body's not going to be too enthused to kick on the exercise the next day. Now, also for those who have small children, toddlers, kids, even teenagers, they constantly need to be fed in a regular routine. They get bored regularly throughout the day. They also may need to be entertained. It is also going to be difficult for you as parents to try and do something that's usually leisurely to you with these small bored children running around. Now, it's really important for you to sleep inside your sleep window. You want to stay within your circadian rhythm. Now, if you're way out of those circadian rhythms, it's going to throw your body out. And for those of you who have small children, you know what it's like when your toddler or your child misses their sleep window. Sleep is utterly more important than you think, and getting a good night's sleep within your sleep window will do wonders for your energy the next day. Now, the next thing I want to mention is get dressed. Get out of your pajamas, do something with your hair, put on gym or exercise clothes, activewear, or whatever you want to call them, including your socks and your shoes. This helps. This is one of those types of features that's going to kick in those mechanisms to help you prepare to get ready to exercise. Remember, all of these preparation things that you do, the more preparation things that you can do, the more likely you're going to be ready to exercise when the time comes. My next point, get a good playlist. Music has been known to stimulate the brain and stimulate the body. My personal preference is I love dance music, I love upbeat, I love club type music because it makes me feel good. It makes me feel lighter and I feel more upbeat and I feel ready to go. Even when I'm just cleaning the house or something, it just makes me feel lighter on my feet and it makes me feel more energetic. That's not going to be the same for everybody. So you need to pick music that you like, whether you like rock or punk or 2000s music. Get yourself a good playlist and have it prepared and ready so when it is time to exercise, you can pump those tunes. Now, this is a big one. Location, especially now that you're at home. Going to the gym or the sports field or wherever you need to go is fine. That's your normal place. Your body associates that location with physical activity, especially if you're a regular person who goes all the time. You know, your body knows when you get to that place, you know what's going to happen. But now that you're stuck at home or you're spending a lot more time inside your house, you're not going to those places and your body is not getting that signal to, hey, let's get ready to exercise. And I know you're stuck at home, right? So what do? My best advice that I can give you to fix that problem is, if you can, leave the house. Go for a walk. If you can walk 2 to 3 kilometers or 20 to 30 minutes, this slow ramp up or this slow incline will prepare your body ready for you to do exercise. Just walking and physically stimulating your blood and your heart and your muscles, your body will automatically transition very nicely into that sympathetic state. So after that 20 to 30 minute walk, your body is going to be primed and ready to run. If that is something that you want to do and you won't feel that shortness of breath, that will be decreased really quickly because you've had that nice gradual build up. So once your walk is done, you can then hit the run if that's what you want to do. Go for a few K run. Otherwise, circle the block, come back home, find yourself a nice spot, and then you can get into your weight training or your HIIT training. And you've totally skipped that whole transition period of trying to motivate yourself and get yourself warmed up. You will definitely feel that when you get back home, you will be much more inclined to exercise. Now, not everyone has the luxury of being able to leave the house, right? Some of you have got kids and other responsibilities and things that you need to stay home. So my suggestion for you is do something physical around the house. So whether you go and put some washing on, change the bed sheets, go and mop the floor, go and do the vacuuming, go and clean up the kids' toys, whatever it is. If you can do some sort of physical activity for at least 20 minutes, you will still get into this system. Your body will still change over, you'll get the blood flowing. You just need muscle contractions and you just need your body parts to be moving. Now, after you've completed this pre-warm-up stage, you can't go back to a place that makes you feel comfortable. Stay away from your bedroom, stay out of the lounge room if you can. Don't go back to the fridge, go and get yourself a drink, and you need to find a location or place or spot in your house or home or yard that isn't somewhere that you associate relaxing or winding down. There are 2 places in my home that I like to go to do my exercising that work for me, and one of those is out in my back sunroom. So I have a small area under cover, we've got a few dumbbells, and I always write down my exercises before I do them so I don't have to make any decisions during my exercise or if I want to decide to cut any out or anything like that. They're all written and I need to complete them before I finish. This is the other place that I like to train. It's actually my front yard, but I have a full-size driveway that I can use to do my workouts on, and I also have the grass area behind me. Okay, another suggestion I have for you is schedule a time with a friend or another family member and run your sessions together via Skype or Zoom or even just over the phone, or have something where you can communicate to each other, or at least you're doing it at the same time. It is much easier to give up on yourself or let yourself down than it is to let down another person. You can rely on each other and you can both keep each other motivated to keep on top of your training goals. Now, if you've scheduled your session, whether it's by yourself or with a friend at 4 p.m, then you need to make sure that you've had adequate food and adequate water. The day before is just as important as the day of. Make sure you have enough nutrients in your body to actually be able to support yourself in doing that physical activity. So these are some of the best suggestions that I have to get yourself moving. But basically what you need to do is go through that pre-warm-up or pre-exercise phase where you prepare your body. And sometimes it can start from the morning all the way from when you've woken up, making sure that you get up at a reasonable hour and you eat your breakfast and your lunch and all the other meals and things that you need to do. You've had enough water, and get all these things happening first and schedule that time so you work your day around the time that you're going to exercise. And I know with kids and things it can be difficult, but you just got to try and do the best you can. And I know you're going to have some days where it just doesn't work out or you're just totally not feeling it, and that's okay. Because if you can just get in about 3 to 4 hours of training a week, even if that's broken down into half-an-hour blocks and you do that, say 6 times a week, or if you just want to smash it down and do 3 days of 1-hour blocks of training, whatever you can get in will definitely be something. Now, for those of you who are interested, 68 Fitness is running 2 online sessions each week on Mondays and Thursdays at 5 p.m. These sessions are completely free for the period of lockdown. You do need to book, and you do need a Zoom app, so you can contact us if you need help. I will put all the links in the description below. So send us a message, write us a comment if you need some help, or if there's other things that you're doing that may actually help other people to get motivated to exercise, because this is a tough time for everybody. And if those 2 times don't work out for you, that's okay, because we're recording the sessions and you can do them at your own convenience, at your own time, in your own place, when it works for you. So I need you to give us a big thumbs up and hit the subscribe button below, like our channel, follow us, stay up to date with those online workouts that we've got coming. There's plenty coming. You're gonna have 2 coming every week that you can choose from, so make sure you subscribe. We also have a 68 Fitness on-demand app that you can download and subscribe to, and you have workouts ready to go. We've got strength training, HIIT training, cardio training, we've even got fitness challenges, and we've got technique sessions coming soon. So if you need help learning how to squat and learning how to do push-ups and learning how to do deadlifts and everything else, that is all coming over the next few weeks to few months. So make sure you get on board with everything and check out everything that we've got. Don't forget, like, subscribe, and we'll see you soon. Take care.